Why, hello there, fellow builders. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Going Medieval, Tower of Knowledge. Episode 26, Proper Places for Both Types of Worship. Alright, come on, temples. So as far as brewing goes, we are... 2/3, I would say. A little over. Or about. We'll have some people that have to coalesce for a while. But given that we were outnumbered and we walked away with no fatalities, that could have been a lot worse. Especially for Quantum, who, like, isn't really well armored and had to hold the front door. So blessings counted. Okay, looks like Glitch is repairing. And then we'll start constructing the new tiles. All the bodies out here have been set to strip. And then once they're... Oh, did we lose a pillar? Oh no, I just couldn't see it. For real? Like, I really... Okay. Well, you'll have to trust me, it's there. You can understand why I thought we lost it. We have invented invisibility. I love it. Alright, the pyres are roaring, much to Quantum's chagrin. I'm sure he wanted to take a nibble. I could put another one in, but 2 is fine. And look at all that stripped gear we now have. Oh, there it is. Wow, we see it now. Schrodinger's pillar. Oh, it looks like Glitch. Nope, the roofs are still not done. I was so eager. I was so ready to claim victory over building a temple. Okay, salvation, the faithful sons of England. Lambert said they had walked for many days, hiding in trees, ditches, and abandoned barns. Followers of the Soi Disant king tracked him relentlessly, sometimes with baying hounds. I've done no one harm, said Lambert, asking for Tower of Knowledge's protection. Would you risk it? Let's see what he's like. You are a smart anti-intellectual. Yeah, for role-playing reasons, you do not belong here. Sorry. I don't think we're taking anyone who hates learning into the Tower of Knowledge. It would be like drafting pacifists for war. It makes no sense. So I've taken everyone else, but I draw the line at someone who's like, yeah, I don't like learning. It's like, okay, well, bye then. Because, you know, he'd be the only one that was like literally anti-intellectual. Oh, that's not true. Cicerone is also anti-intellectual. So maybe I just bent the rules. Is that really true? Yeah, you hate intellectual. You're resentful of it. Yeah, you are savage. Okay. Noted. Sorry, we already have our token savage who we're trying to enlighten, and we haven't enlightened him yet, so all ye other savages will have to wait. Yep, I need a front door. True. Copy and paste. I hadn't realized it got fully destroyed, not even repairable, because the floor underneath went poof. Should be pretty soon. We'll be able to have a study sesh. Oh, we can already do it. So I would say pretty reasonably, I want the School of Shooting again, because we want to use better bows. So Glitch and Board Drake are going to study as participants because they have passions and might rank up. Librarian Red Mist will do it, and school shooting gets started. I think that's probably most bang from a buck because I just demonstrated that we need better ranged weapons. That was very obvious in the last fight. Bordrake, I like how Bordrake is on a completely different floor than Red Mist. Technically, it's all one big library. So Red Mist is like lecturing here, and Bordrake is like, yep, I'm bored. Living up to my name. For reference, you have a marksman of 7, Glitch has a marksman of 8, and now Glitch is 10, and Bordrake is 10. Boom! They both can use longbows. That was the intended consequence I was hoping for. So, make longbow until we have 1. Why 1 is because we break any longbow that doesn't meet our criteria. So now we'll be able to get longbows out to them as well. That's a huge buff. Honestly, it's not that hard to get like 2 or 3 skill. That's like hunting a few deer or, spending a little bit of time, not even that much time, a little bit of time at the shooting range if you have a training range. So, yeah, it's a big buff, but like, it's not unreasonable. But what was, 1, we did get event quality up, which is nice. And then that also will raise our intellectual renown. I think it was at 22% before. I could be wrong. And then 2, now we have 3 people that can use longbows, not just the 1. Because prior it was literally only Radlock. And that should help. I hope. Longbows have more range, yes. So longbows... Wow, you have a sturdy longbow that's about to fall apart? Oof, I need to make a new one. Have a range of 18 meters. And short bows have a range of... Oh, you know what? The range is the same. I take that back. The DPS is different. I'm surprised the range is the same. But they're like almost twice the DPS. So it's a huge gain. There's also, of course, research into making even better. Like, you could go full-on crossbow or heavy crossbow if you really, really want, which has 25-meter range and... but they fire slower, so their DPS tends to drop off as a result. Raven Bear, thanks for the gifted subs. Okay, how have no building projects got completed? I've got plenty of bricks. Let's just, like, stare at Glitch. Glitch, we're staring at you. What are you building, my dude? Well, Ravenow is working on the front door. Glitch is grabbing wood for something. It might be stewardship. No, he's grabbing wood for something. Oh, he's building the bridges. Okay. There's only 3 sections of bridges left. Now there's only 1. So really soon we should have that done. And then they'll get back to actually building the temples. Kens, thank you for the resub. Alright, Brewing's almost done. There we go. So the wooden bridge is finished. Out to the clay pit. And then... I'm not going to cancel any of these dig jobs because I already queued them up. But once the dig jobs are done, I'll queue up dig jobs for the new clay area. And now we're rebuilding the clay floor. Boom! Oak Brethren Temple! Finished. And we'll hold an event in that in just a minute. As soon as the other one gets done. So what I want to do is I want to have every restitutionist go to an Oak Brethren event, and every Oak Brethren go to a restitutionist event. You know? Learn about the... a more complete lesson learning. So this is spare room only because the lectern's not finished. We have, what, 3 bodies left, I think? And the restitution chapel is done as well. All right, sweet. So current priority is build bed chambers and research brewing. And now that these are done, let's hold an event. And the participants for the Oak Brethren will be only our restitutionists. I know, cruel, but that's just how I want to do it. And then, consequently, as soon as this is wrapped up, I'll do the opposite for the Brethrens. Alright, so those are the participants. Every single restitutionist that is in our colony. Only one is devout, which I didn't realize. And done. Now, the Oak Brethren like to sacrifice animals for the quality of their events. And then the restitutionists like to drink booze for the quality of their events. Is the workshop going to get placed up here? Probably not, no. That's just where it is for now. Oh, brewing got done. All right. So with brewing done, let's get a brewing station up. We'll put the brewing station here. And what do we research next? There we go. Some of these actually require research 3, so I think like defensive 3 requires research 3, just like an FYI. But just to run you through it, armory would allow us to make armor, specifically for like Quantum, who holds the door, plus like eventually shields and better armor, etc. Research 3 allows us to get theses, which we can't yet make. Wood carving would be for art. Weapons is just like I would research one of the weapons. Furniture 3 is nicer fire pits and wardrobes. Basically something to like make bedrooms nicer. Combat training would help us train our archers and brawlers, meleeers, whatever. Defensive structures 3. Oh no, sorry, 4, not 3. We already got 3. Defensive structures 4 is portcullis, fire trap, and large drawbridge, but it does require theses, which requires research 3 prior. And then oil press allows you to make oil out of like seeds, tallow, or walnuts to make flammable oil, so that for defensive reasons. So it's not like, yeah, oil press is maybe a bit of a misnomer, but whatever. Okay, so that event is kicking off. And once that event wraps up, we'll go ahead and do the opposite event on the other side of the town. So this was decent. Cool. And now, Oak Brethren only. And that way, everyone will have gone to a religious event, and they have nothing to complain about. And this one, I'll even use fine wine to make it enjoyable. Eucharist event, kicking off. Basically, they're holding it at 9 p.m. in a dimly lit room where they all brought fine wine. So this is just a wine tasting. Works for me. I like how Ciceron came in, like, in the middle of it. Because Ciceron's an actual restitutionist and started praying. Was like, oh, I'm surrounded by, like, heathens. I'm gonna leave. Alright. Converted to practicing restitutionists because they enjoyed the Eucharist. We actually convert people. And the idea that I'm going to do is I'm going to keep flip-flopping so that everyone's kind of meeting in the middle. So we don't have any devout. We only have practicing. And that way, like, people get along better, or at least that's the idea. It probably won't work out in practice, but, you know, Who knows? So it looks like armor is going to be what we research towards. So armor is just the start. And then eventually you get like actual proper armor way down in the tree if you want to keep pursuing it. But that's only 30 books. So let's queue up the 30 books required. Wine club? Yeah, essentially wine club. And it's summer day 2. How's our fuel? A little low. I'm gonna chop dead and mature. Just top up the fuel. That's weird. Okay, it fixed. When I zoomed in, it was correct, and when I zoomed out, it was wrong. You messing with me? So we still have a bit of like post-raid cleanup to do, but I would like to continue working on bedrooms. I think what I'm gonna do is have this hallway go... No, actually, I'm not gonna do that. Let's break these out. So I want to have the hallways go outwards this way so that we don't just extend south, but we also utilize east and west. I think that will, in the long run, allow us to add more bedrooms with better, like, walking efficiency. And now that it's summer, let's turn this off. That probably doesn't need to be on. Nor does this one. Yeah? Yeah, inside temp's fine. So this is just about the last of the clay that has been queued up in this pit area. And then our diggers will be able to start excavating earth underground to expand bedrooms. What's the learning curve in this game? It really depends on if you're familiar with games similar. Like if you know RimWorld, it will be like a pretty shallow learning curve, whereas if you're not familiar with like village builders of this ilk, it'll be a little bit steeper. But ultimately not that much. There is some like strange nuance. I would say the raid mechanics are probably hardest to understand because they're not really well documented and they've changed a lot over the years. So a lot of the older documentation for raid mechanics are honestly wrong, for lack of a better term. But regardless, you know, it's not that hard of a game to play, but your first few colonies might end up in ruin. That's pretty typical, I think, for better or for worse. All right, so now that we have brewing up and we have the station, let's go ahead and stop the fermenting station for now, because we have a lot of dubious booze, and start to do ale, do until we have, let's say, 10, mead, do until we have 10, and beer, do until we have 10. And the fermenting ingredients are all allowed down here, so I don't really have to move anything. So we'll start to ferment a wider array of liquor. The other thing that we could consider is stop allowing them to drink stuff like rough wine. I would have to put them on a different bill, because rough wine ages up to aged fine wine, which is a better liquor. So once we have a wider variety of liquors, I'll let the rough wine age, and that should make them ultimately happier, I think, drinking higher quality stuff. Oh, hostile animals. What are they? Hostile deer? You know, I don't mind Oh, Radlock, where did your bow go? Like broke off of your body? Yeesh. Did I end up making another bow? We've got a superior short bow. That's a pretty gnarly bow. Did we end up making the... I don't have a longbow yet. Okay, well, settle for the short bow. That's fine. So the reason why I drafted everyone is I wouldn't mind getting a whole bunch of meat and, like, hostile deer. Yeah, it just sounds like hunting party to me. Pew, 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 pew. Sorry I let you get hurt. So you're... Hey, wait, what are you doing? Absolutely, I told you to call. Wait, how are you still firing fire arrows? Where did the fire come from, Kadath? You pulling a torch out of your bottom? I've heard the term lighting a fire under your ass, but, like, you took it very seriously. I'm honestly just impressed. Alright. I think, yeah, all the aggressive animals are dealt with. So, undraft. And make sure that, the animals get hauled, because otherwise they're just gonna get, like, polecatted. Yo, that is 100% not what I told you to do. Yeah, the fire's spreading. Oh god, don't stand on it. It will go off on its own, and it's already raining. It's moot, it's fine. Oh, sorry. Mr. Glitch. Didn't mean to just draft you and make you stand there. Alright, so the plan is to have a hallway here. Continue to go south. And then we'll build additional bedrooms so we can keep doing the, like, 5x5s. So we'll have, door. And then we can build other bedrooms here and here. Yeah, we have a lot of deer now. Thank you, Storyteller, for sending me such a wondrous gift. I appreciate it. The other thing is we could probably stop making dubious booze. I'm going to get rid of the dubious booze entirely. Because now we have access to higher quality booze. Why settle for dubious? And for the oh, you know, we have 11 people. I've got 12 chairs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 people. 12 chairs. Okay, so we have the correct amount of chairs. Good. The other thing I was going to say, the variety of food and beverages also drives up the events. So maybe once we have the first few nice booze fermented, we'll throw a little party. I'm actually going to do 20, 20, 20, and 20. What? That's... Apps to... I don't know. I tell them to haul, and then they're like, is here good? And they stick it on the bridge. No, it isn't. Nobody would have thought that. How are you calling us even employed? You were all kicked out of society. That's why you're here. This is the colony of rejects. Okay. My brain can't handle this. I didn't even know that animal carcasses shouldn't even be... Okay, that's my fault. I take credit for that one. Animal carcasses should absolutely not be in that pile. It's because this stockpile is completely full. And I'll expand it then. The reason why it wasn't expanded prior is originally we had fermentation happening here. And this was like a fermentation stockpile, but now it can just be entirely butchery. But I noticed I don't want this deer to go to waste and it's going to rot otherwise. It just occurred to me, let's not bother hunting the last of the animals out here. Only because, we have all this deer meat now. I don't think we need to go hunting like a random polecat. It's not a lot of meat. So this project for the bed chambers will add 3 additional bed chambers. We'll have 1, 2, 3. And then after we get those bed chambers, I'm actually going to change the location. No, that's fine. Once we get these bed chambers, if you want more bed chambers, you can vote on it. But the plan is to only put in the 3 and then pull again for projects. Because I don't want to spend, the rest of the stream making bed chambers because they are rather labor intensive because they're underground. I get that. And as mentioned before, one of the added benefits of all the bed chambers is that... Oh, Thor's hammer. So, unexpected thunder roared, crashing through the bruised sky. A violent presence, intruding like a bad omen, held echoes of a heathen god. Forked lightning flickered and blazed towards the ground, splitting a mighty oak. So we got to be ready to deal with any fires, in other words. The other thing I was planning to do here is, in order to keep our archers and the braziers cleared, is I was going to put a little roof over the, this section. So we don't have to necessarily... Oh, good lord. Raveno very narrowly got hit by that. Fires out here I don't really care about. But the other fires, oof. Yeah, lightning strikes in this game are like a whole order of magnitude more dangerous than they are in like RimWorld. In RimWorld, it's... I don't know what the mortality rate for real life is, but in RimWorld, it's very, very low. Which, I kind of understand because it's like completely out of the player's control for the most part, unless you like are fully living in a cave. That you shouldn't be like just randomly punished for existing. And, so I sort of get why RimWorld has like lightning strikes that are like more tame. That makes sense. But boy, did we almost get hit there. It does look better here, yeah. It looks pretty wild. I mean, you can see why it's like an alert event. We definitely don't need to be digging out that dirt. I think we're going to have dirt to spare. Dirt and spades, right? That's... I'm sorry. I'm really not sorry. So all this extra dirt from excavating the bedrooms we can use to landfill. And it's going to be a little awkward to try to landfill like underneath this temporary shared chamber. Because I guess we can do it. It's just hard to place it. But here you go. So much repair. I'm glad I was building in like a high HP material though. Obviously, if you build in wood and you get, I mean, this is speaking of the question about the learning curve. I feel like once a week I see a post on Reddit about like, I built a giant fortress made out of wood and then subsequently learned not to build in flammable materials. It's like a lesson that everyone learns in RimWorld. And the same lesson applies here. Now, with that said, if my farm fields got struck, we would have to quench it, and it would be a little challenging because that's a lot of farm fields. It's a huge volume of stuff to have to try to quench. So it would be, but that's true in every game that doesn't have like fire foam poppers or something similar. But you just do your best. It's only a 10% mortality rate? That's surprising. I mean, I knew it was pretty high or pretty low. That, like, because I know someone that's been struck twice, so it's like once was enough to learn your lesson. Not to say victim blaming, but a lot of the times when people get struck by lightning, it's kind of low key their own fault. It's like, oh, okay, so you were golfing in a thunderstorm and you got struck. I wonder. I wonder why that happened. Who would have thought being in an open field holding a metal rod was like a bad idea for a thunderstorm? I didn't know. I'm joking, of course. Although there's a lot of conventional wisdom about thunderstorms that like people don't know and they get wrong. Like standing under a tree. You don't want to be under a tree. You don't want to be directly under a tree. You want to be like 30 feet away from trees, squatting with your feet, right? Because if you're directly under the tree and the tree gets struck, that's gonna suck. You won't take a direct hit, but you're not gonna feel great. But if you're 30 feet away from the tree and the tree gets struck, you won't get electrocuted, like you won't get shocked because it will disperse in the ground, and then if the tree splinters, you will not get splinter struck. Because obviously, I've actually been maybe like 15 feet away from a tree that got hit once, but I was indoors. It just got hit right outside. And boy, that thing, when lightning hits a tree, it like superheats, all the water in the tree boils probably instantly, and it kind of explodes and shrapnels. And like, that's low-key pretty dangerous. Probably nearly just as dangerous as the lightning current itself. It sort of reminds me of like tornadoes, right? It's not the wind. It's the things in the wind. You know, it's like the Splinter 2x4 flying at 120 miles an hour. That's the danger part. Like, actual just wind with no debris is far less dangerous. Might toss you about a little bit, but you'll be alright. But when the wind decides to throw a Hummer at you, then you're not so alright. Alright, so, oh, yeah, we made a lot more progress down here, and I didn't actually compensate for that, so let's keep going. For now, because we're only building 3, I'm gonna have wooden terminuses for the hallways, where they end. So that's 5, and actually, no, let's do it like this. Okay. So our builders are kind of busy like landfilling, which is why we haven't had a lot of progress down here. But don't worry, I'm gonna focus on it in a minute. And how's our booze? So one of the only issues with booze is if it detracts from the simple meal queue, the penalties for not having enough food are way, way, way worse than the penalties of not having booze. So make sure that you have enough cooks in the kitchen, so to speak, so that you can fulfill the booze queue. Because if you can't fulfill the booze queue, you're gonna have a lot of pissed people, and that's not so good. All right, we're 20 of 30 books for armor. I might as well at this point vote for more. So I'm going to add armor back to the poll. And it will just be like the umbrella of like other armor choices in the poll. Which reminds me, do we have the bows yet? Yes, here's a longbow good. So, the good longbow, the first good longbow should go to Radlock. And then as we equip them, we'll make new ones. But it does seem like I need a place to put water, because it's filling our stockpile in like not a good way. I'll put it in here. It's a wooden structure, so having a bunch of water in the wooden structure is fine. What is water anyway? I mean, okay. A bunch of people are going to be like, water is dihydrogen. Okay. I mean, what is it classified as? Material? I totally... It's not manufactured. Ice is. Oh, water is water. Oh my god. This screams of Dwarf Fortress. If anyone has played Dwarf Fortress, there's a lot of like weirdness with their stockpiles, where it's like, this stockpile is for barrels. How many barrels do you want to store in your barrel stockpile? It's like, wait, what? It's a stockpile for barrels. I want all my barrels. But there's two types of barrels. There's storage barrels and barrels that are not being stored. And then you're like, oh god, my brain. I digress. At least we found a place for the waters to free up all this stupid space. In fact, like, a part of me just wants to, like, throw it outside and let it decompose. Which is called evaporate, but this game thinks that it needs a different term. The other thing I wanted to do is a roof section here to keep... Oh, that's too far? Okay. I'm gonna have to change that. What is going on? I don't know what's happening in my house right now, but there's some crashing, screaming, calamity happening. It's interesting background sound to trying to focus on work. Tusk, come here. Keep me company. No, not over here. Okay. So yeah, we're getting the rain blocker moved a wee bit. And seems like next research is going to be research 3, our final research bench. Oh, also okay, Tusk really doesn't want to hang out with me. Dog treats, Tusk. Can I bribe you? Come here. I think she's like, go up. I think she's concerned about all the go up. She's eating the treats. She's like not committing to helping. Okay. Day Sleeper, I want you to trade with Thomas Mills here. Before he leaves, because if they have a book, I want to buy it. They have Against the Grain, which looks like a carpentry book. Cool. We'll sell beeswax. I'm gonna keep selling clothing. Only because we'll just make new clothing. I'm gonna sell 100 flax seeds. A hair headpiece, flawless. Okay. I don't want to look like a bunny girl, so so no thanks. We have so many herbs. Oh my god, I need to start making better food. And then we have tons of honey, which eventually will turn into mead. Given that, let's buy coin, because coin is easier to travel with when we go on caravan looking for more books. So we'll proffer all their coins. Did I proffer them in the wrong direction? No. No, I'm taking their coins. Okay, it always confuses me. That looks good. I'll sell the good clothing, keep the fine stuff. Oh, we even have superior stuff. So we're really starting to roll out, like, really nice clothing, which is great. Nice. So we'll get a book, a carpentry book, and some gold coin, parting with stuff that we didn't really need. And Society of Fellows appreciates the trade. Okay, polls over. Research 3 is what we're going to get next. So the current research is to get, and I haven't updated, research brewing. So instead, armor and research. Res is short for research, not resurrection. Wouldn't that be neat? And the miners have been, I guess, pretty busy because there's really not a lot of excavation done yet. These beehive skips are... This one's not like massive production speed bonus because it's missing a lot of the trees. But I end up having so much beeswax and honey, like I don't even know what to do with. So I think we're doing just fine on that front. Thank you for tuning in to Going Medieval Tower of Knowledge, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow medieval villagers.